All right, we're going to do something a little different today, talking about code block scripting. These are just simple scripts, 5 of them, to get basic beginners up and going in their worlds. So the first one we're going to talk about is a respawn script. It's to get somebody from point A to point B. It could also be used at the bottom of a world or in an area where people can fall through to make sure that you respawn them back into the location so that they don't have to leave and come back or whatnot if they fall out of your world. All right. So to write this script, we don't need when world is started, so we're going to delete that. And we're going to go to events and we're going to search for player events. And we're going to look for when trigger is entered by player. We're going to go ahead and grab that, hold it, and drag it to the left side and put it into that page. Then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go over to motion and we're going to go down to player motion and we're going to grab the first one, respawn player. And we're going to grab it, we're going to drag it underneath when trigger is entered by player, and we're going to go ahead and place it there. The next thing is we need to take that player, that little green player pill, grab that and place it into player. You might have to press this little plus button, side shift your toggle button over. But once you've placed that, then what we need to do is we need to tell it where are we teleporting this to, all right? So what we're going to grab is a new variable. We're going to make this variable just spawn. You can name it spawn point, you can name it whatever. I just name it whatever, spawn, because that's a spawn point. All right, we're going to take that, we're going to place that. We would place that there, but this is okay. I'm going to show you how to fix this. Sometimes scripts delete. I don't know why. It's a bad bug. But in order to get them back, we need to go to the builder menu, go to script, go to library, and pull it out. So respawn, number one reason why you need to name your stuff, respawn, and then you could click this, which would then eliminate the need. Say you're writing a big script, that would eliminate that process, just for those pros who are sticking around. All right, that would eliminate the deleting process. You could just keep editing it. It won't delete. Then you could just reconnect it. It might disconnect from this all the time. It will disconnect all the time, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, back to the beginner stuff. We place this, we get this back. We go back to the variables. We made our spawn. Now what we need to do is we need to drag this spawn and we need to place it into this position. Respawn player to spawn, okay? Now that's set up 100%. I'm going to go ahead and bring that back out. Spawn new gizmo. All right, so we have that back there. Now we've written that script. Super simple script, right, guys? Super simple. Now what we need to do is connect it. So we're going to go ahead and open up the trigger properties because this is going to go on the trigger. And we're going to go ahead and go into the trigger and attach script. Go down to the script, respawn. And now we have this spawn variable in the properties. All we do now is connect the spawn point and we're good. So anywhere I put this, say we put it here, and I'm gonna actually just kind of show y'all. Whoops. So there we go. Boop. Respawn. Super simple, guys. Super simple, right? Next, we got return script. We don't need, actually we do. This is when we do need when world started. The first thing that we're going to do when world is started is we're going to take this ball and we need to save its position. It could be a ball, it could be whatever, but we need to save whatever this is, this position. So we're going to go ahead and go to variables, and we need to make a vector, which is just location, vector, or vec. Here, look, I'll put vector for y'all. Vector, and we're going to go down to vector. I'm going to save that. So now we have a vector persistent, or vector variable. Now we need a new variable for rotation. So these are two things that we need to save. We need to make sure that we save, if this is a, whatever, if this was, more than just a circle and couldn't tell which way it's pointing up, we would want to save the rotation. Say it's a duck. You don't want your duck being upside down, right? So when world is started, what you would do is you'd go up here and you'd search for values. Go to values, find values, and down to set to. when world is started, set to, and press this twice. So now we've copied that twice. We have 2 of them because we need one for rotation. And put it in the variable. Variables go in the variable, right? And we need to now set the value of these 2 things. Well, what are we setting the rotation and the vector to? Well, we're going to set that rotation. Go over here to operators. And what we're going to do is we're going to go down to, this might be a little much for you guys, but just bear with me. Go down to object transform. All right, just go to object transform. Then you're going to go down to position of object. Grab that position of object and place it here right next to the vector. Okay. Next, right underneath position of object, you're going to find rotation of object. Grab that and put it into the rotations value. All right. So now you should have when world is started, set rotation to rotation of object, which is blank. Same thing with vector. Set vector to position of object, which is blank. Now what we need to do is what is the position and rotation of object? Which object are we setting? Well, whatever we're connecting this script to. So that's self. Self is whatever we're connecting it to. Whatever the script is connected to. Self, all right? Boom. Gosh, see what I mean? Watch here. This is going to be a longer script, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how much better it is to just pop this little window out and edit it from here. It won't delete anymore, guys. It won't delete. So we have set vector to position of self. Set rotation to rotation of self. All right. Now we have this saved to right here. Everything's saved right here, the way it is when the world is started. So all we need to do now is we need to, if we want to grab this, run off with this, and then want it to come back to this location that we've saved, all we need to do is tell it to do that, right? We just need to say, hey, when I let go of this ball, take it back to this spot. So we're going to go to events. Events are whatever's happening in the world, right? So go down, go down until you find grab events, all right? So it'll be quite a ways down. Just look for grab events. And then you're going to look for when object is released. Okay? And we're going to place that there. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to go to motion, and we're going to grab the move to and place it under there, underneath when object is released by player. Grab and drag, place it underneath when object is released by player. And then the last thing that we're going to need for motion is the rotate to. So rotate to, grab, and drag underneath the move that you just grabbed. All right. So now we have move self to this location, rotate self to this rotation, right? Well, what do we do now? We just need to plug these in because we already saved it. Place that there, move to, rotate to, right? Simple. Now to hook it up, guys. Just open up whatever you're putting it onto, go down to attach script, and you're going to put the return script on there that we just created. Make sure that it's interactive. And now, when I grab it and run off with it, here, look, and let go of it, it'll go back. There it is. All right. So now we have that. Super simple. Next, let me bring that out. It's gonna drive me nuts if it's not there. All right. Next is a whisper box. All right. So you want it to have a spot that's whisper. This also works for global and things like that. So this is just we're going to say for a whisper box for now. So all we got to do is we don't need when world is started. So we'll delete that. And we're going to do a player trigger event. All right. So go down to player events, grab when triggers entered by player, drag that over, place it into that side. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to actions. It's a little wand. And then we're going to scroll quite a ways down to player actions, essentially. And the thing that we're going to want to look for here is the last one there, which is set player voice settings to. And we're going to place it into the when triggers entered by player. And we're going to grab that player and we're going to place it right underneath into player. The last thing that we're going to do So we're going to go back over to events. And we're going to scroll down to when triggers exited by player. Super important. Because if you put somebody on Whisper or Global when they enter, you want them to change back to the default mode when they leave. Okay? You don't want them to stay that way. So when triggers exited by player, we put it back, we copy this. And to copy it, you just grab it and side shift onto that button right there. Boom. So now we have those two things happening when the player enters and when the player exits. And what we're going to do there is we're going to do set voice settings to Whisper. Super easy. Super easy. So what happens when I walk in? I can't even see it, to be honest. Huh? Yeah. That's why I put these over here. There's two of them there, I know. If it'll do it. I don't think it does it because I'm in build mode, but it'll do it. And then now, oh wait. You guys, I'm so silly. I never connected it. All right, connect it, guys. Connect it. All right. We got Whisper script. So we need to attach script to the Whisper script. All right. Now, when I jump into the box, I'll get the message. Only people next to you. If it was global, everybody in the world could hear you, blah, blah, blah. All right. Bada bing, bada boom. Simple as that, guys. Simple as that. Simple as that. All right. That one didn't delete. Yay. Real scripters know what I mean. Now we got a rotation. Super simple rotate. We're not going to get crazy with these scripts, right, guys? I'll show you complicated ones later. So rotation script, super easy. If you want to make a banner rotate, you want to make some pretty artwork, which I'm about to do, you want rotation scripts. They're super useful. And I'm going to show you a simple one, all right? You don't have to animate in a circle anymore, all right? So when world is started, we're going to keep that. We're also going to drag when event is received, okay? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go down to event actions, and we want to grab this send event with delay. We're going to place it under when event is received. All right. So we should have this loop happening now, right? When this event's received, it's sending another event to itself every 1 second. And then the last thing we're going to do is to set this all off, we're going to grab send event to object just to set it all off. So when the world starts, I hate you. It's all good, guys. This is part of scripting. You got to love it. If you ain't loving it, you ain't going to be a scripter. All right. Now we got this. All right. We got this going. We got this little loop going. It starts off when world is started, send my event, which then starts this loop. This loop is going every second. Boom, 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 right? What we want to happen every second is we want it to rotate by. We're going to go to motion, instant motion. Never mind, not instant motion. Motion over time. Motion over time, guys. And we're going to go to rotate by over time. We're going to place that there. Make sure it's above my event, because you want that event sent after. It just adds the little bit of extra time. And then next, what we're going to do, we're going to leave that self, but we need to know what to rotate to. And you don't want to go in here to edit it every time. All right. So we're going to go to variables, and we're going to make a variable for this thing, for this script. So we're just going to call it rotation. Go down to the rotation variable, type, and confirm. So now we have this, and we're going to go ahead and put it back on this side. So now we have rotation, rotate self by rotation over. And what if we want to change this up? We'll make a speed. And we want it to be a number. That's a number. Make it a number. Boom. By a speed. All right. So now we have rotate self by rotation over speed. Because speed is how many seconds it takes to rotate and how much time it takes to send another rotation. Simple, guys. Simple. So now we got to hook it up. We're going to hook it up to this little silver box. I hope it's a silver box. Let's see. Yep, it's a silver box. All right. And we're going to put on rotation. Now what we're going to do is we're going to experiment. Oh, that's 0. So we're going to do 3. Look at that. So you change the speed up. If you put it on 0, it's going to instantly go boom, 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 boom every 90 seconds. We don't want that. But that's giving me a great idea, to be honest. It's giving me a crazy idea. Speed is what spins it. Rotation is what where you want it to spin. If I want to add a little flare onto the spin, look at this. Put another 90 on this. Look at that. So now we have this. So you can just mess around with these numbers and do something simple with this, guys. All right. And you could do 2 of them. Look at this. Or look, here, I'll show you. I'll be doing this. You ready? Watch this. Well, honestly, hold on. I don't like that spin like that. I don't like that. We got that. Then we got that. Then we got that. Got yourself a little art piece. All right. Super simple rotation script, guys. Super simple. We're going to pull it out again since it don't like staying in the world. And again, if you guys don't know how to do this, you go to this little icon, library, spawn new gizmo. It'll spawn it all the way over to 0, 0. Just grab it, put it back. But I recommend if you're writing a long script, again, for those pros who are still here, if you are, you're a champ, by the way, because this is simple stuff, man. But for the OGs, if you're using fileback scripts that keep deleting, just pull it out of your library. It'll pop up right there in the window, and you can use that. It won't delete, and then you can go back and reapply it to all the things that it's been disconnecting from. Granted, yes, but at least you can work on it without being interrupted. All right, low gravity, another super simple one, guys. This is the last one, and this one right here, this one's OP. Everybody loves low gravity in the world, right? So what we're gonna do, give ourselves a little jumping spot. When world is started, does not matter. Delete that. What we need to do, go to the events and find ourselves a player event. When triggers entered by player, we also need when triggers entered by player. If the player enters with low gravity, we want it to also come out and have regular gravity, right? Unless you want all low gravity, then you could just remove that. You don't need it, but you might want to. If that's the case, you could always, pro tip, guys, if you want low gravity all the time in your world, right here, just change it here. You don't need this script. But let's say you have a zone that's low gravity. This is it. When triggers entered by player, when triggers exited by player. Super simple, guys. You ready? Go to motion. Go down to player motion, and we're going to set gravity. Put it twice there. By pressing that, you can duplicate it as many times as you want. Ah! See what I'm talking about, guys? What a butt cheek on a stick, man. What a butt cheek on a stick, man. Drag player into those little locations. And now all you got to do, right? You leave that number the way it is. You go right here. And you just change it to, let's say, 2. 2 is good gravity, right, guys? And then when you, let me grab that. And then when you jump up in this little spot, after you connect, I'd be doing that all the time, all right? And I know you all be doing the same thing. Connected. You ready? Oh, man, that's not high enough, man. I want to go higher. I thought 2 would have been higher, man. I got to admit. But yeah, you got low gravity. Look at that. And then as soon as I leave the zone, we back, all right? So that's your, let's turn it lower. Now it's going to be way low. That's your super easy. Why is this so bad? I thought gravity's supposed to be better than that. I don't like that. There we go. We just got to turn it all the way down. Anyway, that's your 5 super simple for those basic builders who are just getting into the game. Scripts, all right, super simple scripts. I hope that helps you guys out. I'm gonna end up making some more videos with more complicated scripts, but dummied down for the average builder. So if you guys like that kind of content, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.